Thanks for joining our special live coverage of the policy discussion with citizens. We are waiting for the 19th such meeting to begin. This time, talks will take place in Gangwon State under the theme of Resilient Livelihoods in Gangwon State. South Korean presidents in the past typically started a new year by receiving briefings from each ministry on their plans for the coming year. Now, the new format is a part of the government efforts to implement President Yoon's vision for an action-oriented, problem-solving government, not a government just carries out reviews. After holding 10 discussions in the capital region, President Yoon is now traveling around the country to hold more talks with citizens on livelihood issues. While we wait for President Yoon's opening remarks, let's also look over some of the sessions that took place in the past few weeks. Over in Daegu City, President Yoon pledged to speed up construction of a new airport for the city, which is set to open by 2030. On top of that, plans to expand a new express railway line were unveiled to increase connectivity across the city. And with the emergence of new advanced industries such as robotics and future mobility, hopes are high that Daegu City will take the lead in those new fields. And to make that happen, the Korean government is believed to be spending $150 million into robot testing. Now, it looks like President Yoon is about to deliver his opening remarks. We'll come back right afterwards.
We will now begin the policy discussion with the citizens. We will first pledge allegiance. Please face the flag in front of you. Salute to the flag. At ease, please be seated. Good morning, everyone. I will be the MC for today's policy discussion session, which is the 19th edition. My name is Kim Hyo-jung from the Department of Environment. We will first invite the President's opening remarks. Beautiful Lake City, Chuncheon, is where we are gathered today, and I'm very glad to see you all. From last year, November, together with the Presidential Office and also the people with the different ministry departments, I have been carrying out this policy discussion with the citizens, and it's the voices of the citizens are resounding. And from my New Year's speech, I announced that we are going to be a government that takes actions. And the first report that I took from the presidential office, ever since that meeting, we have been holding this policy discussion with the citizens. And we have invited the people, the companies, and the experts in our reporting sessions, and I've heard from them as well. However, as I come to the field, I could feel that all these different types of tasks and policies are actually transcending different ministries and departments, and therefore it is much efficient and much more helpful to the citizens when we go beyond the barriers of different ministries and departments, when we are devising policies. And by listening to the people, we can come up with the efficient policies. If the policies are adrift from the people's will or needs, that would go in vain and no one would feel the difference with the policies. And therefore, with the livelihood policy discussion sessions that started this year, we have been discovering policy issues from the perspective of policy consumers, which are the people, and break down the barriers between ministries and departments to speed up policy implementation. So, all the people from all walks of lives, from all across the country and from all generations, we are hearing from them. And as we are listening to these different opinions from the people, it changed the way we work in the government ministries and departments. We always put the voices of the people at the forefront, and we muster our strength to work towards the direction that would be helpful for the people. And this change is not only happening at the central government level, but also at the local government level. People are changing, and the way of working is changing. And from today's session as well, I look forward to your candid discussions and opinions, and we are going to put our heads together to think about how we can make swift changes that help the people. Gangwon Province has always been an area that is of devotion to protect the people of Korea and Korea itself. It has protected our security with military facilities and maintained safety from natural disasters of the greater metropolitan area with lush forests and dams and lakes. However, it suffered from economic difficulties due to such restrictions. And therefore, there were duplicate regulations, and in some places, more than 14 different regulations are implemented in that area, which stifles the development of the area. And therefore, we can say that we're indebted to Gangwon and that we should be grateful for Gangwon-do. So we can't anymore ask Gangwon-do to make devotions, and it cannot be victimized, and the government and the country should really work towards this direction. So last year, we have seen the inauguration of the Gangwon Special Self-Governing Province, and with this will make Gangwon as a province with economic development. And in that inauguration ceremony, I said that we are going to, and I am going to support for sure the advancement of high-tech industry and tourism of Gangwon, and I will make sure that I keep my promise. Now, Gangwon-do's main industries should be recognized as digital and bio-based high-tech industries. And this Gangwon Special Province will be grown into a high-tech industry centered province. We will create the Gangwon Hydrothermal Energy Cluster in Chuncheon that would utilize cold water from the Soyang River Dam as a coolant for data centers and reuse the heated water to heat nearby smart farms. And with the advancement of AI, we need data centers that is a necessary resource for AI operation and development. And the in-depth water of Soyang River Dam is very cold in temperature, so it is a precious resource that we can use as a coolant. And it is also nearby the metropolitan area, so the distance itself is quite short to the metropolitan area. So by using this Soyang River Dam water as a coolant, we can dramatically reduce power consumption in data centers, and we are going to invest 360 billion Korean won. And through this, we are going to create high-quality jobs of more than 7,300. During my presidential campaign, I promised that we are going to make Gangwon as a data industry capital of Korea. And the 333 project, which will create 30,000 digital industry workers, 3,000 digital companies, and 300% growth in revenue will be carried out in earnest. And also, based on such data industry, Gangwon will be nurtured as a global innovation special zone for healthcare data. And it has been designated as that this year. And with this special zone, this will be alleviated from the different regulations for healthcare data, so that it could take up different challenges. So with this world-class healthcare data, we are going to make the bio-innovative ecosystem. And on top of this, we are going to grant the land expropriation and development rights to the private companies, and it will be promoted to make the Chuncheon Corporate Innovation Park, which is a pioneering project. And with this project and different projects that will follow, we are going to make sure that this place will be nurtured and fostered as a place where people can gather. And this will create more than 40,000 jobs. And this corporate innovation park and also the relocation of companies will be supported by the deregulation of land usage regulations, and also we will make sure the road infrastructure is there for the relocation to be smooth. And also last year, Gangneung was selected as a candidate site for the Natural Products Bio National Industrial Complex. And if it passes the pre-feasibility study scheduled for second half of this year, 260 billion won will be invested to expedite its creation. The construction of the hydro power is of a great potential of Gangwon, and for the next 5 years, more than 300 billion Korean won will be invested, so that Donghae could be reborn as an R&D center for the hydrogen, and overall this area would be nurtured as a hydrogen cluster. And also the beautiful natural resources will be developed in earnest so that it could become a center for tourism. And my first campaign pledge for Gangwon-do was the construction of Osek cable car at Seoraksan National Park. And the construction began last year, and this is a long-awaited dream for over 40 years. It's full operation of this will be starting from 2026, and it will bring great vitality to the region with an economic effect of more than 130 billion won. We will continue to build additional cable cars where local residents desire. And also, in order to revitalize the tourism industry, we are going to make every effort to deregulate whenever it is possible. And also, 24 out of 100 beautiful mountains are located in Gangwon area. However, since we have a lot of different restrictions, it's difficult for us to, because they are restricted by the National Forest Act, they are difficult to develop, and we are going to deregulate this area so that this could be one important axis of Gangwon-do to develop into a tourism industry focus province. And also, we are going to utilize the legacy of the Olympic Games. Gangwon has held the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, and this year we have held the Youth Winter Olympics. And this is the hub for Korea's Winter Olympic Games, and it is also a center for winter sports. The skiing venue in Gariwang Mountain in Cheongsan, it became a tourist attraction, and last year alone it attracted 180,000 people. And the citizens of this area I know that they want this Gariwang Mountain to be transformed into a forest garden. And for more Koreans to be able to enjoy this area, we are going to pursue this initiative to make it into forest garden. And this will be a national, one of the national tourist initiatives. And Gangwon-do is home to Chuncheon battle during the Korean War. And during the Korean War, the Chuncheon and Hongcheon area, we had 6 battalion of the Korean Army, and the different soldiers came together and they fought fiercely against North Korean forces. And with the help of their fierce battle, we could protect the Han River line, and we secured the time for the UN forces to arrive. And that resulted in upholding the freedom of the Republic of Korea. As I iterated many times before, the country who it remembers is the dignity of that country. So the Veterans Affairs is very important to a country and national affairs, and Gangwon-do is the place for us to think about the Veterans Affairs. And in Chuncheon, we are going to develop a tourist sites for Korean War Battle Memorial. And also, the predicaments of Gangwon-do citizens, we will think about what they are facing, and we're going to do our utmost to make their lives better. We are going to connect the infrastructure of Gangwon to the metropolitan area. Recently, I promised that GTX B and D lines will be connected to Chuncheon and Wonju. And also, Chuncheon-Sokcho section of the east-west high-speed railway will be completed, and Yeoju-Wonju double-track train will be carried out without any disruption. And also, the Yeongwol-Samcheok Expressway, which is the final section of the east-west 6-axis highway, will be taken good care of so that it will greatly improve the lives of the residents of these areas, Yeongwol and Samcheok, of the mountainous areas. They will enhance the quality of lives of these people. And also Inje, Yanggu, Hwaesong, which are the vulnerable areas in terms of healthcare. The medical infrastructure will be improved significantly. For these citizens of these areas, they have to travel long ways to see a doctor and be treated. And therefore, we are going to improve the medical infrastructure so that the standards for installing medical equipment could be improved, so the local hospitals can also provide MRI, CT, and other advanced treatments. We will also try to resolve the issues of the water shortages, especially in Yeongdong area. Yeongdong is experiencing water shortages and they are experiencing drought because the water would not be collected. And there are many places where we don't have drinking water. So, with the national fund, more than 70% of our fund will be invested in this area in order to solve the water shortages. And also, we are going to think about how to revitalize the coal mines. Taebaek Samcheok coal mines will close this year, which are the last remaining coal mines. And these residues are treated as waste, and we are going to deregulate the relevant regulations so that they could be reused into industrial resources. Today, we're joined by many citizens, including our Governor Kim Jin-tae. I hope that today's session will become a great turning point for the Gangwon-do to develop into a new leap, and the government will make sure that it will take the new leap forward.
That was our live coverage of President Yoon Suk-yeol's opening remark ahead of the country's 19th policy discussion with citizens, under the theme of resilient livelihoods in Gangwon State. We'll bring you more details on the discussion in our upcoming newscast at noon Korea time. Thanks for watching.